Hello, 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 my healthy hair crew. How are you guys doing tonight? How are you doing? I didn't get a chance to do my usual class that I would do on Tuesday afternoon. So instead, I decided to go on ahead and come on live to say hello to you guys and to answer any questions that you may have. This is a live Q&A, so you can shoot whenever you want to. And I tried to make it as late as possible because I wanted to make sure that all the people who wanted to come on and get some questions answered could come on. So, how are you guys doing tonight? Anybody out there say hello? Yeah. And I've already done two other classes. I did a class on hair porosity, and I've done a class on, what was the other one? Hair types. So, yeah. So, while I'm waiting for other people to come in, I want to say how to help your hair grow. Okay. Let me I do want to say I am offering instant consults, and it's basically like you get a one-on-one with me for 15 minutes and I specifically answer your hair questions, your personal hair questions. And we do it through streaming, FaceTime or either Skype, and it's $29 for 15 minutes. So if you guys are interested in signing up for that, I'll put a link below. Thank you. Thank you guys. Good evening. Yeah, I put a link below for that. And also, I'm getting ready to start a paid Facebook group, and I'm going to be putting um, like full length tutorials in there for you guys to see, so you can like get the gist of healthy hair care. And I'm also going to be coming in from time to time and doing live Q&As and things like that in the Facebook group. And I'll be giving you more information about that really, really soon. So I saw that somebody said how to make your hair grow. Well, um, the class that I'm teaching, that's kind of like helping gear you towards that, helping you learn about your hair from start to finish. That way you can do things that are healthy for your hair. So once you do things that are healthy for your hair, then your hair will begin to thrive and grow. Because my hair is very thick, but it's to my shoulder, and girls love their inches. Yeah, yeah, girls do love their inches. They do. But basically, your hair is always growing. Your hair never stops growing. It grows while you sleep. It grows while you age. It grows like 24/7. And it's not about hair growth, is about length retention. And so I'll touch like about that more and more as time goes on, but it's about length retention. And the way to get really super great length retention is to make sure that you take really great care of your hair, like moisturizing, deep conditioning, protective styles, and things like that. What supplements do you recommend? Um, I have taken all types of like hair vitamins and stuff and supplements to aid in hair growth. If you want to go the supplement route, any of the amino acids and biotins, MSM, and things of that nature are really great for hair, um, thinning hair. And also, some of the hair vitamins that I like are Hair Burst, HAIRBURST, Hair Affinity. I've taken that one, but it's been a while. But Hair Burst is my number one favorite, and it's a vitamin that's from the UK, and it's really good and potent because it makes all of your hair grow, eyelashes, uh, eyebrows, hair on your head, hair on your legs, hair everywhere. Yeah. And so somebody mentioned something about thinning hair. Is there any specific question that you had about thinning hair? Because thinning hair does tend to be a problem, but you have to kind of pinpoint whether or not it's a permanent problem or a problem that can be solved. Sometimes it's a problem that can be solved, especially if you were having issues and you caught it before it got too bad. But if it's an issue where it's hereditary, say for instance, like a lot of people have um, thin edges, and a lot of times there's nothing you can do about that because it's hereditary. You know, you can't make something thicker that wasn't thick in the first place. But if it was thick in the first place and you just had some issues with maybe like too tight hairstyle or breakage or something like that, then you might be able to solve it. Hi, Natasha. Hello. So, hello, everybody who's coming on in. Any more questions for me? Yeah. And the next class I'm going to be teaching on is going to be about how to find a hair regimen, for your particular hair. Not necessarily for hair types, because as I said before, hair types really don't matter as much. What really matters is getting to know your hair and what your hair needs. Hair types is just like to me, it's like a classification of the pattern of your hair per se, more than describing like the total characteristics of your hair. You've helped me grow to bra strap. I was chin length and my growth has been amazing and healthy. Thank to you for your knowledge. Thank you. Thank you, Chanel. That's really sweet. I really appreciate that feedback. That means a lot because I really, really, really want as many people, men and women, as possible to be able to grow their hair to healthy lengths. That's like my passion. And because everybody cannot sit in my chair, um, I just like to give little nuggets here and there to help you guys out. It was sick and really stressed out. Is that it? I didn't. Crime. I didn't understand that question. Hi, Tamika. I want to grow my hair long. I have fine 4C hair. How do I grow my hair without weaves? I currently wear a lot of buns. I'm currently close to. I didn't see what length you were, but protective styling is always great. You don't have to wear weaves to grow your hair. It's just that me personally, I like to use weaves because it's a good way to tie your hair up and leave it alone for 8 straight weeks. And the less we manipulate our hair, the better chance we have of having amazing length retention. So that's where the weaves come in. But you can also do it with other protective styles. Any style that can get your hair up and out of the way of the elements and things like that will, or mid back low mani styles. Yeah, any styles that can get your hair up and out of the way. You don't manipulate your hair a lot. If you can find a style where you don't have to touch your hair for like 2 weeks, that's great because that means you're not manipulating your hair for a longer period of time. So the longer you can go without manipulating your hair, I believe the better chances you have of retaining like those super long lengths of hair. So even if you don't want to wear like weaves, you could do twists. You can do braids with your own hair, especially with having mid back length hair. You can do braids with your own hair. You can do twists with your own hair. Yes, stress can cause thinning hair, and I'll get to that in a second. You can just do all types of protective styles with your own hair and just try to tie it up for a couple of weeks. I haven't experienced a lot of itching my scalp and have a dandruff the first time, plus it's very thin in the crown area. Um, itching. It depends on like the cause of the itch. Is the cause of the itch because you have some scalp issues, or is it because the elements have created the itch, or is it because your scalp is dry? I would just say try moisturizing your scalp or applying some oils to your scalp to see if that'll soothe the itching. Thin hair, I don't know why your hair is thin, and I'm gonna have to start taking pictures of these comments because they're going so fast. I can't get it. Like I did not get that comment. Let me see if I can pull them up. Let's see. Chat viewing options. Top chat. Some messages such as potential spam may not be visible. Live chat. All messages are visible. Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. There's the chat. I just pulled the chat up. So, um, let me go back to the. It just disappeared. Let me see if I can bring it back up again. Oh, so I have to tap that to bring the messages back up. So I wanted to go back to the styles where you're talking about like protective styles. So there's lots of protective styles that you can do with your own hair, and that don't include weaves. So those are great. Just as long as you're keeping your hair moisturized and tucked away out of the elements, then you should be fine. So if you can get protective styles that you can have your hair tied up for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time, that works great. Okay, so let me go back to, I've been experiencing a lot of itching on my scalp and I have dandruff for the first time. Plus it's very thin in the crown area from tight braiding. Okay, tight braiding. Whoa. You would have to see a dermatologist to see whether or not you have any permanent damage there. If the damage is not permanent, then by all means, your hair can grow back. But you're gonna have to baby it, take lots of supplements, stop braiding your hair, put into protective styles, but things like buns and things like that, no more braiding. I would say take a break from the braiding. If braids are the things that cause your hair thinning, then you need to really like not braid anymore. Now, one thing I can say is that people sometimes they confuse thinning with breakage. So just be sure that it's not breakage. I mean, just be sure that it's you're saying thinning, but the thing could just be breakage, and then as your hair grows in, it could thicken up a lot. Okay, okay. I'm trying to understand if we use cold water after deep conditioning to seal in moisture, how we get more moisture in with our hair with leave-ins, butters, oils, and the cuticles closed. I know that's a really good question, and sometimes I wonder that myself. But the thing is, you're welcome. The thing is, um, are the cuticles like completely closed? Um, completely as closed as you think. One, I don't think that people with like medium porosity hair and high porosity hair, I'm for sure that the cuticles don't close completely lock solid. But people with low porosity hair, the cuticles close lock solid. So definitely with low porosity, there will be an issue with getting the moisture back in. But with medium porosity and high porosity hair, not so much an issue of applying moisture. Now, high porosity hair, that's a whole nother like ball game because most times that's damaged hair. But I wondered that myself. I guess it's just a little bit of science, and I would say too that because our hair is on our head, the heat from the scalp also helps open up our cuticles somewhat too. So that's the only thing I can think of. So should we even use cold water before applying our leave-ins? I'm not really a big fan of cold water rinses. I only do them when I feel like they're necessary. I don't think that they're completely necessary because I think it has more to do with pH than it does cold. So the pH of the water, because pH is what closes the cuticles, not the temperature, I believe. Yeah. Is hair dye bad? Uh, it can be. It can be. I always say it eats the hair from inside out. It's worse than relaxers to me. Okay. I wear buns a lot. What moisturizer do you recommend while it's in a bun? I love the Camille Rose Curl 8 Moisture Butter. And I also love the Tijan, what do you call it? Tijan Curl Cream. What is it called? Tijan Buttercream. I like that. Yeah, those two. And the LCO method works because a lot of times when I put my own hair in a bun, I'll do the LCO method and I'll put it up in the bun and leave it up there for a couple of weeks and don't touch it for the whole time. And it usually stays moisturized the whole time if I put enough. Ladies, make sure that you use enough product when you're putting on your hair. I know that the products are expensive, but if you're not using enough, you're not going to get the results that you need. So just be mindful of that. Okay, I'm looking at more messages. Okay. So should we even use cold water before applying our leave-ins? I think it's optional. I think just I think it's optional. Okay, and back to the question about the hair dye. Okay, it's okay to color your hair if you've gotten to your goal length and you don't plan on growing anymore. It's okay to color your hair. You can deal with whatever obstacles come along, afterwards. But if you're trying to grow your hair and coloring at the same time, that's not going to work because color, it does take everything, like all the nutrients and stuff from the cuticle of your hair, it strips it to be able to deposit the color. So it's really, really harsh as compared to relaxers. Okay. Hello. All right. Okay. What's the best natural oil you recommend for natural hair growth? Natural oil. As far as hair growth is concerned, I'm not really sure if there's any oils that grow the hair per se. I know there's a few out there that say that they help the hair grow, and it's usually ones that contain sulfur, like a base oil with essential oils and sulfur in it. So if you want to try a sulfur growth oil, that may work for you. How can I keep my leave out straight when working out with a weave? I do not want to use any heat on my perimeter leave out. Ooh, that's a good question. Okay. Okay. So that's a question I get in the salon all the time. And that's really, really hard to do. Keep it straight. But what you can do is a couple of things. You can take the leave out and ponytail it and twist it up into a bantu or something to keep it straight. Well, it won't be straight if you put in a bantu, but that kind of helps it. It keeps it from reverting. If you're natural, it keeps it from reverting. You can also wrap your hair up, like wrap it up or either tie it back into a ponytail and then tie a scarf down onto your head and then wait until your scalp is dry before you lift it off, and that should help keep your hair straight too. But it's really kind of hard to keep your hair straight if you're working out, and you sweating your head. It's just really, really super hard. You either have to braid it down, ponytail it down, or something. Put a roller in it. Anything. Try to keep your scalp from sweating is going to be like the main thing. But if you sweat a lot on your scalp, then it's really, really hard to do that. But just kind of tying it back is going to be like the go-to for you. Okay, I'm trying to answer the questions in order as they come in. Yeah. Okay. What protective style would you consider the best? Wigs, weaves, braids, buns, or wash and go? Wash and goes are not protective styles, period. I've seen too many people who wear wash and goes for long periods of time and they come into the salon thinking that they're doing just a service to their hair, and they always wind up with a lot of damage and breakage because it looks great when it's in a curly state, but when you blow dry it, wash and goes are not protective styles. Of course, they get the hair like from off of your shoulders if you have a lot of shrinkage, but no, every wash and go person I've ever seen in the time that I've been doing hair always have a lot of damage and breakage on the ends of their hair. So as far as protective styles are concerned, it's more of what do you think is best for your hair. Nothing is really set in stone, but I do believe the best protective styles are the ones that put your hair up and away for 6 to 8 weeks at a time. And so I'm gonna say weaves, but weaves may not work for you. But I'm gonna say weaves. I see the best results with my customers that wear the weaves as compared to wearing the wigs and buns and all that type of stuff. Okay, on to the next question. Okay, is it better to keep it in braids when you sleep? Any way that you can kind of protect your hair more while you sleep so it won't be rubbing up against like your pillow or anything like that works. So if you want to twist your hair up or pull it back into like a ponytail or a bun it before you go to sleep, that is great. Before you put your silk bonnet on, do that. It's great because it really, really does help. And that's what I do when I go to bed. I always bun my hair, or I'll pull it up. Like I have these little pigtails here. I'll pull them up in a way so they won't be rubbing up against everything. Okay. Next question. Okay, so what about twist outs or braid outs? Are they protective styles? No, they're not. They're semi-protective styles and low manipulation styles, but not protective styles. Protective styles get the ends of your hair up and away from the elements. If it's not getting the ends of your hair up and away from the elements, then it's not a full protective style. It can be semi-protective because it's getting most times your hair off of your shoulders. But if you have longer hair with less shrinkage, then that's not doing that either. So just be mindful of that. A protective style is when you put your hair away, like in whether it be a bun and you're tucking your hair under, whether you do a baggy or whether you do a weave or a braid pattern and put a wig on it. Those are protective styles, but anytime your hair is still out, that is not a protective style. But because it lifts your hair off your shoulders, it's considered a semi-protective style. Okay, let me see if I did I miss any questions, y'all? I don't want to miss any questions. And I appreciate you all coming in and letting me take some of your time with the Q&A. This is really for you. What braid style may not be actually good for protecting your hair? Any braided style that's going to pull your hair too tight is not good. Um, I can't think of any styles in particular because it's not about the style per se. It's more about how tightly your hair is braided. So if you can get your hair braided and put away, that's cool. Just as long as you get your braider to not be like pulling your scalp out. Because some braiders they'll get every little pea. And I'm like, whenever I'm doing my weaves, I never braid here. You never see me braiding directly on the hairline because we try to preserve the hairline. I'll always braid the hair back away from the hairline. And yes, you cannot get your weave as close up, you know, it's that close up, but it's not about the weave. It's about me helping you get your hair to where you want your hair to be. So yeah, thank you so much. What a blessing. Oh, you're very welcome, Erica. Yeah. So we really need to focus on in this society, stop focusing on getting the weaves to look good and focus on our hair. Because weave should be optional. When we take our weave out, we should still be able to have hair underneath. Okay. I missed a couple of things here. My mom wears a wig that is bad. I'm so sorry, Carmster. What's the longest time I can keep my hair in protective style without damaging it? I would say 8 weeks maximum, because once you go over 8 weeks and you start running into a lot more tangling and possibly matting, and tangling and matting can result, it can cause damage and breakage. So 8 weeks maximum. I know a lot of weavologists and a lot of braiders and all that stuff say, hey, you can do 3 months or 4 months. I really truly don't believe that. As a person who helps people grow long, healthy hair, I really truly believe that 8 weeks max is what, you know, what is the best for your hair. Okay. In a braided protective style, is it okay to wash often? Um, you can wash every couple of weeks in a braided protective style. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, depending on what type of braided style it is, if it's one that's everybody's going to see, I would recommend not washing as often because it's going to start frizzing. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, you can now when you say often, is that more than once a week? Hi, Miss Bell. What are the best hair vitamins? Hi, Diamond. To speed up growth. Hair burst is my number one go-to. I have been saying that for years. Ever since they started off and I used it myself and saw the fantastic results, I say hair burst. Hair burst is a good vitamin. I haven't tried the other ones like some of the other vitamins that are more well known. I haven't tried those in a long time. But hair burst is one that I keep going back to time and time again. Now, one thing I can say about vitamins is most of them really don't, over time, don't really make you help your hair grow faster. You might get that spurt of faster growth for the first 2-3 months or whatever, and that's because your hair is probably getting like vitamins that it wasn't getting before. It's getting like nutrition and food that it wasn't getting before, so you get a burst of growth. But it generally, I find that it tapers off, and you can still continue to take the vitamins because it's not all about faster growth, and they still help keep your hair strand strong and healthy. So taking hair vitamins is fantastic, but don't focus on getting faster growth per se. One thing I noticed about a lot of people, they always want to focus on, and this is not directed necessarily at one particular person, but, and yes, biotin is great for hair growth, but a lot of people, they focus on faster hair growth and focus on the gimmicks and all this type of stuff, and they focus on that so much they wind up staying the same length because they have setbacks all the time. And I see this with a good amount of my customer base. They're always coming and saying, hey Tamika, what about rice growth? Hey Tamika, what about vaginal cream? Hey Tamika, what about vitamins? Da, 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 da. Hey Tamika, what about this? And it's like 50,000 million loving hair growth like things out there, and I've tried a whole bunch myself that do work. But if you focus only on that, a lot of times what happens is your hair regimen, your hair routine, your hair care starts to slack because you're so excited about like getting this faster growth, and then you wind up not getting anywhere. I want you guys to focus on retaining what comes in without all the gimmicks. I have yet to see anybody who does any of the gimmicky stuff get to their goal length any faster than anybody else. So if you focus on healthy hair care, doing what you're supposed to do for your hair, loving your hair, using great products on your hair, and being patient, you're gonna get there. So you agree with me, Diamond? Okay. Yeah. Okay. My hair doesn't want to grow past my shoulders. It will. It's just that you have to pinpoint exactly what it is that you're doing in your regimen that's causing you to not get past your shoulders. And that's why I recommend that you guys really sign up for the instant consults. The $29 is worth it because it can really help catapult you to the next level in your hair care, because within that 15 minutes of time, I can most certainly, like 9 times out of 10, pinpoint exactly what you're doing wrong in your hair care regimen and get you on the grow. So sign up for the instant consults. I mean, it's worth it. $29 to have like a wealth of knowledge that is related to just your hair, you know. And I put the link below, y'all. Don't. I mean, you guys, listen. Everybody wants to spend money on everything else. When it comes to hair, people want to slack. And you have the person here who's willing to give you the knowledge. And I've given you guys a lot of knowledge, but a lot of people out there need to do one-on-one consults with me so I can find out exactly what's going on with them, because I can't do everything in these live Q&As because I have a lot of people that I'm focusing on. But when we get one-on-one, it's all about you. It's all about your hair, what your regimen is, and we pinpoint it to make sure that you're getting going in the direction that you need to go for your hair and for what your hair needs. So sign up for the instant consults. I'm plugging it again. Okay, next question. HSN vitamins work but broke me out. Do you have skin issues with hair bursts? Any supplement that has biotin in it, and more than likely the one from HSN did, any supplements that have biotin in it more than likely are going to break you out because they have like a higher dose of it. Even though biotin is a water soluble supplement, it does tend to break people out. So you wind up not being able to take it. Hold on, guys. I got an incoming call. Hold on. Hello. Hey, babe. Oh, well, can I call you back in a little bit? I'm actually on a live chat. I'll call you back in a little bit. Okay. Love you. Bye bye. Okay, back to the questions. I did not want to not answer the telephone call. Okay, back to the questions. All right. What do you think about Shea Bay? Wow, in a protective style. I actually have a customer who does Shea Bay, and I really haven't seen much of anything from Shea Bay. If you want to try it, and the thing about like this hair growth stuff, a lot of times people don't try it long enough to see whether or not it works. But I'm gonna tell you what, that Shea Bay powder, it stunk. I did not like it, and it was sticky and gross. I didn't like it at all. Yeah, I didn't like it. So I'll say ixnay on the Shea Bay. Mm-mm. But if you want to try it, I mean that's personal preference. But I wasn't a fan. Okay. Good evening. With length retention on naturally curly hair, what would be the best night regimen besides putting hair in a pineapple and using a satin bonnet? So curly hair, um, probably either twist or bantu knots would work. You can't leave your hair like out, or maybe you could. Maybe you could leave your hair out. Um, just as long as you're putting, if you have like a big old bonnet you can put on your head, moisturize your hair before you go to bed. Put on a big old bonnet, and you might be able to just leave it out and just get up and fluff in the morning time because a pineapple probably gives you that little dent where you have to kind of push it down. I bet it does. Um, or maybe just putting it in like big twists maybe would work out. But I don't have curly hair, so I couldn't say. Do you have an on-site scheduling appointment? The site for appointments? I do. It's on my website. On tamikabell.com. Tamikabell.com. I do have an on-site online scheduling. Yeah. If you go to my site, I think there's a link there. If not, then ooh. Oh, you're welcome. Let me see. I might have taken it down in favor of I might have taken it down in favor of the instant consults because I don't like to put too much stuff up there at one time. But let me see if it's still up. Sneakerbell.com. Should you wet your hair when moisturizing with a sew-in? Uh, I wouldn't say wet your hair, but using some type of spray leave-in would work. Like when you do the LCO method, liquid cream oil, your liquid would be a spray, and then cream would be like a heavy cream moisturizing the oil to seal. Yeah, I would say that, but you don't have to like wet it per se, and don't use too much. Oh, aloe vera is great. Yeah, if the aloe vera works, great. And that's one thing I can say too, Melanie. It's great that you're concocting stuff because a lot of times we make things at home that work great for our hair. But one thing I can say is with your hair, you have to use what your hair likes, not what her hair likes, or not what his hair likes, or not what their hair likes. A lot of times we get on the internet and we see they done burn some popcorn. I smell it. I done told them about burning popcorn. Okay, never mind. I'm getting off track. It stinks really bad. Oh my gosh, I can smell it all the way from down. Anyways, okay. So let me go back to that question again because I lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, a lot of times we see like other people on like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and they have their hair regimen and stuff, and it works perfect for the hair. But then you get the same products, and it's like, that didn't work for me. That happens a lot. So do what's best for your hair. I'm trying to say, your hair is very dry. Have you considered that maybe your hair is low porosity? A lot of times I find that people complain about the hair being dry. They tend to be low porosity. hmm And for the people who are interested in scheduling an appointment, I can actually, once I finish the live, I can put a link for scheduling appointments down here. Is it okay to wash once a week? Absolutely, absolutely. So R&D, when you say wash once a week, are you applying heat as well, or are you just washing your hair once a week and doing like natural styles or air dry styles? Okay, let me see if I missed any questions. Yeah. No heat but deep conditioning. Yeah, actually, it's great because it'll really keep your hair super moisturized and super healthy. Yeah, I'm actually a fan of shampooing once a week as long as you're not as long as you're not over manipulating your hair. I'm a fan of shampooing once a week. As a matter of fact, a little story. Back in the day when co-washing was really super popular, I co-washed my hair. Thank you very much. I co-wash my hair every day with just like regular conditioner from the drugstore. I think it was VO5 every single day, and I put it in a Bantu knot. So I went conditioner wash every single day, Bantu knot. I let it air dry, and I would untwist it every day. And I went from like chin length to shoulder length in a year just from doing that. And I didn't really like focus on too much on all the other stuff, just co-washing. And every so often I would clarify too. Make sure too if you're co-washing to clarify, at least once a month to get the build up off of your hair, because then you'll start feeling like co-washing is not working if you don't. I try to brush my hair 100 strokes every night. Is it still okay or outdated wives' tale? Now, one thing I can say about that is a catch because if you're brushing your hair a lot, that means that you're manipulating your hair. So that could be a bad thing, but it can also be a good thing because if you're brushing your hair a lot, that means you're stimulating your hair follicles and you're getting the blood circulating. So that can be a good thing. Blood circulation equals hair growth, and a lot of times you get a little burst. So I would say just make sure if you do it, just watch it for a little while to make sure that it's not harming your hair. And if it's working for you, then continue to do it. This is my thing. If something works for you, then keep doing it. Everybody might not be able to do it, but if you're able to do it, then you do it. That's like a lot of people still use products that have mineral oil in it. And I'm not a fan of products with mineral oil for my hair, and I'm not a fan of products with mineral oil for a whole bunch of other people's hair. But I have found people that still to this day use products with mineral oil and their hair is doing great. So you have to really make sure that, just because somebody says a product is bad, don't necessarily take it to heart unless your hair is not doing well with it. But if your hair is doing well with it, continue using it because your hair likes it. Use what your hair likes. Don't use what somebody tells you. Like, don't throw out your entire hair stash just because a person says this product is better. One thing, let me tell you guys, as a professional, one thing I'm going to tell you, most products are almost exactly the same. The only thing they do is add a little bit of extra this, a little bit of extra that. I'm telling you, most products have pretty much like the same base. They all do the same stuff. Shampoos do the same stuff they cleanse. Conditioners do the same stuff they condition. And they just add like a little extra proteins or a little extra oils or a little extra whatever it is in there to, kind of make it different. But it's pretty much like all the same stuff. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Excuse me. I'm sleepy. Is it necessary to deep condition every week? No, it's not necessary to deep condition every week. But I feel as if you are shampooing your hair once a week, then you need to be deep conditioning every week. It is not totally necessary, but if you're shampooing your hair once a week, you need to deep condition once a week. Now, I do tell people that it's okay to only do it twice a month to deep condition. But I feel if you're taking the time to shampoo your hair once a week, then you need to be deep conditioning once a week. Yeah. If I'm shampooing my hair, I'm deep conditioning my hair. That's just the way it goes. It just goes hand in hand for me. I don't do one without the other. Period. It makes a very healthy and moisturized hair. Yeah. All right, guys. Any more questions for me? Our co-wash is good. Yes, they can be very good. And as I said before, I did co-wash for an entire year, clarified once a month, and my hair did fantastic because co-washes Well, conditioner, I mean, shampoos are a lot different nowadays too, but co-washes, they really just help, keep your hair highly moisturized. You don't have to worry about, stripping your hair with shampoo first and then trying to add, the nutrients and moisture back in with the conditioner. You're just using conditioner to cleanse your hair. They're great. They're great just as long as you clarify from time to time. How long should we be deep conditioning? 15, 20 minutes is all you need. You don't need any more than that. 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, it's not very time consuming. And let me say one thing about deep conditioning, and it seems like you guys understand it already. But one question I get a lot is, what's a good deep conditioner for me to use? Okay, let me explain this. Deep conditioning is not a conditioner; it's a process. Okay, so if you see products in the store and they're like deep conditioner, it's a gimmick because the only thing that can get the conditioner deep into your strands is heat, and the product doesn't have heat in it. So how can it be a deep conditioner? So that's definitely a gimmick to get people to buy it per se. But deep conditioning is a process. You apply the conditioner onto your strands of hair. You massage it in, put the cap on, sit under the hooded dryer, or even without the cap with the hydration. Don't fall for the gimmick because deep conditioners, the ones that are labeled deep conditioners, tend to be more expensive. And I believe that any rich, creamy conditioner can be used in the deep conditioning process. Oh, thank you, Melanie. Okay, let me see. I think I missed a question. Can I keep my protective braids, cornrows in for as long as 3 months if I keep it moisturized? Okay, so I answered a question like this at the beginning, and I'm not a fan of keeping in protective styles for 3 months at a time. It's just too much of a risk of getting the hair matted and tangled up, and mats and tangles equal damage and breakage. I know a lot of people have said they've successfully done it, keep protective styles in for a long period of time, but the takedown is grueling. The longer you leave a protective style in, that's the more shed hair and the more tangling, the more matting and stuff. And it takes a long time to take it down, and then you might run into more damage. So I don't say risk it. 6 to 8 weeks at most to keep your protective styles in. Okay. All right. I blow dry my hair on cool setting. Do I need to use a heat protectant? Yes. Uh, just a little bit. Just to be on the safe side. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. You always need something to coat your hair, to protect your hair whenever you're blow drying, even if it's cool, because you just never know with technology, because it might be like feeling cool to you but not might not be cool to your hair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So spray something on there like a leave-in or something before you do it. Okay, I use Perology Hydrate Conditioner and I find it very moisturizing. I find it very moisturizing than some deep conditioners that are labeled as deep conditioners. Oh yeah, and see that goes to show that what I just said about deep conditioning, it's a gimmick. Like if you have a conditioner on there that says that it's a deep conditioner, it's a gimmick to get more money from you. Deep conditioning is a process. I need to make a whole video about that one because if I hear another person say that they're buying a deep conditioner or ask me what's a good deep conditioner, I just want to pull like this ponytail for real. Okay. Is it okay to trim your own hair? Absolutely. Don't y'all see me trim my own hair in videos all the time? Now, I get a lot of flack because I'm a hairstylist about doing those videos. And the reason why I do it is because, hi, Tammy. The reason why I do it is because I want you guys to see, I know, right, about deep conditioning. Let me take notes on that. I want you guys to see that it is possible to deep condition. I mean, to not deep conditions on the brain. I want you guys to see that it is possible to quite possibly do your own trim at home. Now, when I'm in the salon, I don't trim my customers' hair like that. I'm a professional, but for I guess YouTube, and video content, it's cute and it's effective. I do that, and plus my own hair. Hi, Michael. For my own hair, I can't trim my own hair the way I trim in a salon, so a lot of times I will trim it like that. But I get a lot of flack from other hairstyles about that. Mm-mm. Thank you. Thank you. I look wonderful. Is it my hat? Look, I'm getting the Christmas spirit here. Thank you very much. Okay, let me go back and see if I missed any questions. I want to take notes and say that I want to do a class on deep conditioning. Conditioning. Let me write that down. Is not a conditioner. It's a process. Class. It's so many classes I can do. And guys, right now I'm only doing one class a week, and it's for a reason. I have a lot going on. Okay. That's the reason I had to cut back on doing all the videos and stuff for a little bit. But probably next year, I'm going to be doing more classes and more lives and stuff when I have a little bit more time. Okay, so let me get back to the chat and see, am I missing anything? Okay. So I talked about the trimming. And yes, it's okay to trim your own hair. Are pre-poos with oils or conditioners necessary before washing with shampoo? Nope, they're not. I find that in this day and age, a lot of people, they always think that more is better. It's not. More is not better. Yeah, and if I wasn't in a position where I help ladies grow their hair and I gave ladies regimens that work, then I'd be like, okay, yeah. But it really is just extra steps that you're taking that aren't really necessary unless you have like low porosity hair and you're trying to blast your cuticles open and all that. Maybe so, but I wouldn't even say for low porosity hair because all you have to do with low porosity hair is clarify and use warmer water. So I don't think all the extra like the oil hot oil treatment and stuff is necessary. I really don't. I just think that it's just extra time and then extra money spent on products. Okay, let me go back. Okay. How do you keep your hair from smelling like burnt hair when flat ironing? Woo! If your hair is smelling burnt, you need to turn your flat iron down. Use heat protectant on your hair. First of all, clarify your hair with a great clarifying shampoo. Follow up with a moisturizing shampoo. Use a great conditioner with a light protein in it. Use a great heat protectant with silicones in it to protect your hair. And then turn the flat iron down. If your hair smells burnt, that means a flat iron is too high. Your hair cannot take it. No, your hair should not smell burnt when you flat iron your hair. That's a no-go. So if you're using on 450, turn it down to 410. If you're using on 410, turn it down to 390. If you're using on 390 and your hair smelling burnt, turn it down to 375. So whatever temperature your hair is smelling burnt at, you need to turn it down a little bit. You're welcome, Paulette. Okay. Let me see. Make sure I'm not missing any questions. It's okay. Okay. Is it okay to cut your own hair when it's wet? Yes, it is. It's okay to cut your hair when it's wet, just as long as you have the sharpest shears on the planet, also, or scissors, but sharpest shears on the planet. Make sure you stretch your hair as much as possible. The only thing I can say about cutting your hair or trimming your hair while it's wet, especially if you have a lot of shrinkage, is that you have to take into consideration that you're going to be cutting off a little bit more hair when your hair is wet as compared to when it's dry. Because the hair, when it's wet, it tends to be more elongated. So be mindful of that. So instead of you cutting off an inch wet, maybe you need to cut off a half an inch wet. Yeah. I recommend really cutting the hair when it's either blow dried straight or either flat iron straight. That way you can be extremely accurate, see exactly what's going on. There's a lot of times, and I find this happens whenever I'm doing customers' hair and they ask me for an assessment of the hair. I don't like to assess people's hair unless it's blow dried because you just never know what's going on up in there. You don't see a lot of the issues unless the hair is in a straightened state. So, yeah, a lot of times your hair may look worse when it's curly than it is when it's straightened. So just take that into consideration too. I've had some customers whose hair looked really terrible when it was in a curly state, but when I blow dried, I was like, oh, you only need like a half inch trim. So yeah, be mindful of that. All right. Let's see. Okay, class and deep conditioning. Hi. It's okay for me to decondition bi-weekly and regular leave-in conditioner bi-weekly. Also, use hair mayo to do my deep conditioner, leave on 30 minutes. Oh yeah, that's fine, Tammy. Yeah, just as long as it's working for your hair, it's fine. But with that mayo conditioner, make sure you follow it up with a moisturizing conditioner. But you can just leave the moisturizing conditioner on for about 3 minutes and then rinse it out. The mayo, that's like more of a hardcore protein because of the eggs. Okay. Hi, Tamika. I just got here. Do you think high porosity hair can handle the bagging method twice a week if doing a wash and go? Ooh, that's a lot of moisture for high porosity hair. That I'm not quite sure about that because yeah, I find that high porosity hair tends to need protein. So if you're putting too much moisture in, the baggy whole thing, that might be a little bit too much. You could try it to see how your hair responded, and if your hair tends to feel a little bit more mushy, I would steer clear of that. Yeah, high porosity hair definitely needs more protein. So baggy in with um I don't know. I've never been in a predicament like that, Kathleen. So you would just have to kind of watch your hair as you do it. And that's the thing I want to tell people too is, um, first of all, I don't know everything. I know a lot of stuff though. I've helped a lot of ladies. So each like I've never done anything like that before. I don't have high porosity hair. I don't deal with a lot of customers with high porosity hair because high porosity hair a lot of times tends to be hair that has been color treated or damaged by some way, shape, or form. So yeah, just be mindful, when you're doing it, just really watch your hair. Like if you do it for the first time, just take a feel for your hair, see how it is throughout the day and everything. And then if your hair is okay, then maybe you could try it. But I really don't think that bagging twice a week is going to be beneficial for high porosity hair. Okay. My hair is soft and thin. What can I use to keep the curls in? I'm natural. Okay, Paulette. The only way that the curls are going to stay somewhat is if you use a holding spray and if you set the curls. Say for instance, if you use a flat iron to create the curls, put a little holding spray on first, create the curl, and then put a clip in it and let it cool completely. As if we're doing like a roller set. You know how back in the day roller set our curls stayed like great. It's the same difference. So just make sure that you set the curls, curl the hair, clip it in, let the curls stay, let the curls cool completely. So you're actually curling all of your hair first and clipping all of your hair up first, and then letting all of it cool. And then once everything is completely cool, then you take it down. And generally, it doesn't take that long for flat iron curls to cool, if that's what you're referring to. And it should hold the curl a little bit longer than just as soon as you walk out of the door by doing that. Okay. So we're going to stay on to 9 o'clock. So I'm going to try to get a few more questions answered. Okay, question. How do you moisturize, texturize hair throughout the week? Also, what is the difference between oil in the scalp and moisturizing? Oil in the scalp, you just put oil like directly onto your scalp. So you part it, or you get an applicator bottle and just put oil directly on the scalp. So oil or grease in the scalp, we used to call it back in the day. Well, oil in the scalp, you just put oil directly onto the scalp, which can be very soothing and nice. But let me get back to the rest of it. What is it different? Okay, moisturizing, you wouldn't moisturize your scalp. You would oil your scalp. But moisturizing your hair, you would actually add some type of creamy or leave-in or something to your hair to add moisture back into it, and then you would seal it with the oil to make sure it stays in for longer than like 2 seconds, so our hair tends to be very dry. I hope that answered your question. Okay. All right. What about oil rinses? Can they help? Um, you're welcome, Kathleen. Whatever you think is beneficial for your hair, then do it. But oil rinsing, I've never done it before, so I can't say whether or not I can't really speak on that too much. Oil rinses. So if you think it's beneficial for your hair, then by all means do it. If you think that it's helping your hair or helping keep your hair more hydrated, then by all means do it. Okay. Have I missed any questions? I don't think I've missed any questions. I think I've gotten all of the questions. And I like those Pureology products, come to think of it. Okay. What is this stream? This is a stream. This is a hair care Q&A. What do you think about using rice water? I knew that question was going to come. And I talked about hair growth methods a little bit earlier. And hair growth methods are fine. Hair growth methods are just fine, just as long as you're still taking care of your hair in the process of doing it. What I find is that a lot of people, they focus so much on using the hair growth method and getting the faster growth that they forget about the hair care and then still wind up, a year later at the same length. So if you focus on healthy hair care practices, and doing the things that your hair loves, your hair is going to thrive and you're going to retain length. So I would like for you guys to focus more on healthy hair care practices and retaining all the length that comes in as compared to trying to get your hair to grow faster. Because I find time after time, people trying to get their hair to grow faster, it never really works. Even though it may work, it never really, the results don't stay because you're losing length from neglecting your hair because you're so worried about growing faster out of your scalp. I don't know. It's like a psychology behind it for whatever reason. Every person I've ever run into that tries everything to get their hair to grow faster, they wind up having setbacks and they wind up being at the same place they were the previous year. And all the other people that just do the simple stuff, shampoo, deep condition, moisturize. You're welcome, Reva. Shampoo, deep condition, moisturize, keep your hair protected. They tend to get there faster than trying to do the gimmicky stuff. Gimmicky stuff does tend to work, and a lot of times it's temporary, but focus on healthy hair care. Okay. Anybody else got questions? We got roughly about 9 minutes left. So let me put a plug in real quick for the people who are just joining. Um, I really recommend that you guys, I know I do the live Q&A, but you guys do the Insta consults. The Insta consults basically, it's a mini consult that you have with me one-on-one. We come on face-to-face through Skype or FaceTime, and I talk about your specific hair care needs, and we figure out exactly what your hair needs. So it's worth it. I mean, a dinner at Red Lobster, you can skip that and book an instant consult with me. I put the link below. Book an instant consult. That way we can get your hair on the right track. And I've done this with a lot of ladies, and their hair has made a turnaround just from me finding out those couple of things that they're doing wrong in their regimen. And I can do that for you. Find out exactly what needs to be put into your regimen or exactly what you need to take out of your regimen to get you on the right track. That way you can get your hair on the grow. Instant consults, the sign up link is in the description box. I had to get my hair cut really short. I'm going to read the rest of it. I had to get my hair cut really short. Is it okay to wash it every day? At the short stage, yes. Been there, done that. When my hair was like an inch long, I washed my hair every single day. And I didn't have any issues with it. My hair actually enjoyed it being washed every day. Just be mindful. You need to, if you're washing it every day, make sure you're using moisturizing products. And you probably don't need to wash it every day. But if you do choose to do it, make sure you're using moisturizing products. And you can use like your protein products maybe every other week. And yeah. But if your hair is short, it probably will enjoy all that extra moisture. And you probably won't need to add all the extra products and stuff in your hair either because you're adding moisture back in your hair at every shampoo. And you could probably skip the shampoo sometimes and just do co-washes. You're welcome, Shirley. All right. Anybody else? I got time for maybe a couple more questions. Sign up for the instant consults, guys. I'm going to keep plugging these because you guys need me one-on-one. I know you don't think you need me, but you do need me one-on-one because it's nothing like having me one-on-one as compared to me coming on here and just answering a question that I see on the screen. The one-on-one is way more personal and we can get down and dirty with figuring out what your hair care needs are. And they're only $29. You guys, Starbucks, $5 a pop. Y'all can afford it. 29 bucks for a consult with me. It's worth every penny. If I were you on the other side of the screen, I would book one with me because I would want to know what I need to do in my hair care regimen to get my hair on the grow. And I'm really passionate about this. And in the instant consult, a lot of times I answer questions I wouldn't answer on here. And I give you way more information. So just think about that. All right. So if you guys don't have any more questions. Oh, and also, real quick, I'm doing a paid Facebook group. Okay, Paulette, if it's not there, I thought I put a link there. I'm going to put a link in it after I finish the live if it's not there already, but it should be in the description box. If it's not, I'll go on ahead and put it in after live. So anybody who wants to do it and the link is not there, I will put it there. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be doing a live Facebook group, and it's going to be a paid Facebook group, but I'm going to be doing like full length classes in the group, like full length classes that you can over and over and over and over again. Because on YouTube, I'm really like limited to 10 to 20 minutes because people's attention spans are like short. But you guys really need to know how to detangle properly 100%, not just a short little video. You need to know how to deep condition 100%, not just this little short video. You need to know how to shampoo, all that stuff. And so I'm putting together some tutorials, and they're going to be, oh, you just saw it? Great. Great, Natasha. So Natasha's saying that it is in the description box. So I'm putting together a bunch of tutorials in a Facebook group that's going to be a paid Facebook group, and I'll put more information about it soon. But I just want to get my pricing together and make sure that I'm getting enough content for you guys to see. And it's also going to be a place where you can communicate with one another and ask each other questions as well. And also, I'll be coming in and doing like live Q&As on there as well and answering questions. So it'll be well worth your money and your time because um, I need to get this information out to you guys, and yeah, so you guys can have the healthy hair that you want. Also, guys, if you're not sharing these, please share when I'm doing these videos and any other videos I do about hair care, because we need for everybody. We need to join together as a whole and get everybody to their hair goals. Um, Sharing is caring, and there is no blessing in hoarding. So if you know somebody who needs this information, or you just want to share it with your Instagram people or your Facebook people or your YouTube people, share the video, because it is so important to get all this out here, because I don't really know too many people out here who are giving lessons on healthy hair care, and we need it. We need to stop worrying so much about these weaves and these fancy styles you see everywhere, and we need to get our hair healthy and thriving. So these styles, you know, the frontals and the closures and the weaves and stuff that you see people like focusing on, these styles are great. They're fantastic. They're cute and everything. But when you take that style out, you want to have hair that everybody is envious of. So yeah, share, 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 share. And I'm going to be stressing that more in my videos. Guys, share the videos with other people so they can have long hair too. Long hair too. I want everybody to have long hair, not just the people that sit in my chair. I want everybody to have long hair if they want it. Now, there's some people out there who don't want long hair, but a majority of people do. So, and you can absolutely positively have long hair. I don't care if your hair was never past your chin. Oh, you're very welcome. If your hair has never been past your chin a day in your life, you can still have long hair. Okay, guys? So, any more questions for me? I have time for about one more question. If not, I'm going to shut it down. And I'm so glad that I can to help you guys. And I'm going to be trying to do more lives. It's just that my time is wrapped up doing so many things. I work full time, so I'm going to try to do more lives because I want to help as many people as possible. And like the same people aren't going to get on the lives like every time. So some people who could get on, tonight may not be able to get on another night, and some people who couldn't get on tonight, they might be able to get on maybe like on another night. So I'm going to try to do them a little bit more often. So do you guys have any more questions for me? Make sure you book your instant consults and look out for the paid Facebook group. Oh, you're very welcome. The best protective style, any style that can get your hair up and away from the elements, any style where you can get your hair away for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks at a time. Yeah. Are you going to do your Christmas videos? I am. Vlogmas. Okay. One more plug, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my Simply Tamika TV channel, go on ahead and do it. Simply Tamika TV is my other channel. I'm not going to be doing Vlogmas on this channel because I'm really focusing on like hair, beauty, and that type of stuff on this channel. I had to niche down. But on my other channel, Simply Tamika TV, I'm doing vlogs over there, and I'm doing Vlogmas and 12 Days of Meekness. So y'all go over there and subscribe. Look out for that. It's going to be so, so good. I'm so excited. And guys, I've already decorated my entire house for Christmas. So y'all know that I'm ready for Vlogmas. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So as far as the best protective style is, I like weaves, but you might like your hair braided under a wig. You might like braids, but any style that gets your hair up and away for, a few weeks at a time is the best protective style. Any style that stops you from manipulating your hair so much. But I would say weaves. All right, guys. So, all right, I got to go. It's been an hour and it has been great. You guys have kept me rolling and the juices are flowing again. I really haven't really taught in a long time, like live, which I really prefer teaching live. But I'm so glad I was able to come on and help you guys. Oh, thank you, Shirley. I need to do a webinar because a webinar will give you guys like all of the information, in one setting, and you can just watch it over and over again. So if any of you guys are interested in a webinar, let me know because I have done those in the past and I can do that again too. But I'll be giving you guys more information about the paid Facebook group. Don't forget about the Insta consoles. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do it. If you haven't subscribed to Simply Tamika TV, where I blog and do other stuff, go over there and subscribe to that. I love you guys so much. Oh, a webinar would be great. Yeah, I'll think about that. I'll think about doing one maybe before Christmas. That way you guys can have everything as a whole. But I love you guys so much, and I really appreciate you supporting me and coming on and just like, thank you, Reva. You're so sweet. That really means a lot to me. It really does. You guys keep me going. You keep me wanting to teach. You really do. This was fun. I subscribed to your blog this time. Thank you, Kathleen. That's really sweet. Okay, guys. So I'm going to sign off. I love you so much, and I bid you good night. And love you guys.